Cool. Hey, everybody. Jimmy here from Superpath today with Ryan Baum, content marketing manager at Gorgias. Ryan, how are you?
Doing well today. Thank you, Jimmy.
Yeah, we've talked a lot, but I don't know that we've ever recorded. So this is fun. I'm so glad that, well, I'm glad for a number of reasons. I'm especially glad that you're hiring for this cool role and that we get to talk about it today. Maybe first, Ryan, could you just introduce yourself, talk a little bit about your role at Gorgias, about the content team there, and then we can get into the specifics of this role in a minute.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm Ryan. I've been at Gorgias for about 4 months. I joined in December of 2021. And essentially, I was the first full-time hire dedicated to content. So we had some folks working on content before, but it was a small team and they had a bunch of different other responsibilities. And so to kind of commit more to the brand and to content in general, they hired me to help with that process. And I'm looking for a content editor to basically complement me in that role. This content editor will report directly to me and be the first hire on the content marketing team, which sits on a larger content team that also includes a video editor, a social media strategist, and a customer marketing person.
Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. I feel like we should get this out of the way up front. You're in New York. The office is in New York. Is this role also in New York?
So actually our main hub is in San Francisco. And then we
Okay.
also have an office in Charlotte and a small office that we just started in New York and Manhattan. I would love to find someone who's in like the tri-state area that could come in a couple of days a week and work with me, but we're definitely open to remote anywhere in the US for this role. And I would definitely not hold it against someone if they weren't in New York, especially if they were the right candidate.
Cool. Okay, cool. That's awesome.
I guess real quick, I want to add on to that. So our JD, which Jimmy will link at the end of the video, includes our salary calculator, which is public. So I included the San Francisco range in the job description because that's our benchmark. But you can actually go into the salary calculator with the details I provided and calculate exactly what you think your salary will be for your location and the perceived level of seniority you would have.
Cool. That's awesome. That's really cool. Can you tell us, Ryan, just a little bit more about Gorgias, like about the company, the product, what it does?
Yeah, absolutely. So Gorgias is, we all say leading, but I really do believe that we are the leading e-commerce help desk. And so basically we're a customer service platform that allows e-commerce businesses, big and small, to provide an exceptional customer service experience to the people that are buying from them. And we do this through a number of different ways. We help speed things up with templates and macros. We have a lot of different automation features that can help deflect tickets or get through them faster. But more importantly, we're bringing all these conversations into one feed where you can see the entire customer journey as a merchant, right? So if someone, tweeted at you 3 months ago and then emailed you a question a month ago, and then, now they're asking about an order, or like they're asking about an order they want to place and they have questions before they buy, you can see that entire journey, see what they've been asking, how they've been interacting, all in one feed. So not only does this really speed up your customer service process by allowing you to triage tickets more strategically, it actually also just increases the experience for the agent and the customer, because everyone has all the information that they need in one place. And essentially the agent can have a better conversation and provide more value, and the customer gets a more tailored experience and quicker answers.
That's cool. Hey, does that exist for B2B SaaS? Because I feel like B2B SaaS companies could use that also.
Yeah, no, I don't know if there's like a specific, the thing I like about Gorgias is we're a vertical SaaS company, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things that really drew me to working for Gorgias when I was looking at I was doing all my research before I, took the job, and I looked and we had less, features overall than maybe one of our competitors on Capterra and G2, but higher customer satisfaction, which to me said we are putting our money and resources into the right features so that we're kind of feeding our customers what they want and solving their problems without bloating the software with a bunch of stuff they're just not going to use.
Yeah, that's cool. I love that. I love that. You just made me think of something. Animals published a post on strategy for vertical SaaS companies a week or two ago, which I thought was really cool.
That's a great post.
Okay, cool. So you're hiring an editor. To me, when a company hires an editor, that is a signal that they really care about quality, because you're going to bring in this dedicated person to help with that. Can you talk a little bit about sort of the journey to this, up to this point? Why do you need an editor? And then maybe talk a little bit about, what this person will be doing at Gorgias.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are still a young content team. We're getting great leading indicators. We tripled our growth goal for Q1 from organic traffic to the blog.
Sweet.
And, I basically made the case that we can move faster and upgrade the quality of the content if I can bring in someone to work on that directly. So where I see this person really contributing value is owning the process with our agency, 10 Speed, who I love, and they really give us great content, but someone has to manage that process and kind of add all of the accoutrements that make it Gorgias specific. And then on top of that, also helping edit other content from the marketing team. Once this person is onboarded and fully ramped up, I'd like to start bringing in some freelance writers to work with this editor so we can increase content even more past where we're going right now. So honestly, this person's going to have a huge impact on our output. They will be kind of the guardian and creator of our style guide. So that's something I think is really cool. I was going to make a style guide in the first quarter. And basically once I figured out that I was going to have headcount for this role, I stopped and I waited because it's something I want to really develop with the editor. So whoever comes in is going to be able to kind of help set Gorgias up with a style guide in collaboration with me and others on the team to then defend, and be kind of the person who sticks to that and make sure everything we put out sticks to that. So it's an interesting role because it mixes a little bit of management of processes and, actually editing and writing and dealing with the output. And because of that dual nature of the role, I think there's a huge opportunity for impact on the team.
I love that. In the job description, you mentioned open to an editor or a senior editor. Could you talk a little bit about kind of the two paths there? And then additionally, what are you looking for in an application? Are there certain things that would make an individual stand out?
So I would say, take a look at the JD and really read it top to bottom. I spent a lot of time trying to really outline exactly what I was looking for. And I even put in sections for senior editor versus editor. Essentially, I feel like an editor would fit most of the qualifications of the JD. And then a senior editor would be able to go above and beyond that, maybe has experience managing a team of writers, which might be something this person would do in the future if we grow our content team further. This person would be able to, a senior editor would be able to kind of, what's what I'm looking for, I guess, contribute to editorial strategy, right? Creating narratives that carry across all of our content, across different channels of Gorgias. And someone I feel who talks about this a lot is Tommy Walker, right? Wanting to have these bigger arcs that kind of carry through your pieces. I maybe wouldn't expect that from an editor, but a senior editor, I'd want someone who can come in and really make that impact immediately. That being said, we are open to people who are editors with less experience that are, really hungry and have a lot of potential. And I would also say I'm open to writers with a lot of experience who want to make the shift into editing. But I would say if it was a writer that wanted to make a shift into editing, I would want to see probably e-commerce and B2B SaaS background so that we're not trying to ramp up on editing for the first time and learning the space. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That being said, I don't want to disqualify anyone right on the face of the application. And this is kind of a conversation we were having before we started recording, but the job description is an ideal, right? It's the perfect candidate, but no one is perfect. And the person applying on the other side of the screen is not an ideal in my head, right? I want to find the right person, and that person's not going to fit every box on this checklist that I've made up because they've had their own unique career that's brought them to this point. And I want to honor that and not make people feel if they're missing 2 out of the 10 boxes that it's just not going to work out, right? I would say if you meet 70% of the job application, I would love to see an application.
Yeah, I really appreciate you saying that because actually this happens quite a bit. Jobs get posted and then I chat with individuals who are interested, but they have hesitations. I don't meet this one qualification. I'm not sure I'm the right fit, so just apply. It's good advice for folks who are looking for jobs anyways, to put yourself out there and just go ahead and take that step and apply if you're interested in a job. But I really appreciate you saying that you welcome those applications because I think that will hopefully sort of be a little bit of a kick in the butt for the folks who are kind of on the fence about it.
Yeah, it's
Um,
something that I've always done in my career. If I feel like I'm a good fit for the job, even if I don't fit, maybe I have a couple of years less experience than they're asking for, or like I don't know one of the tools they use, or whatever. I've never had a problem with that, and I feel like the jobs that I've gotten and succeeded in, I maybe didn't meet the exact paper qualifications and was hired more for potential, and then feel like paid that back in the work that I produced. And so at Gorgias, the long term is really important to us, and hiring for potential is like a big priority. So
yeah, I love that. I didn't prepare you for this question, but we can cut it out if you want. But can you give like a quick overview of the hiring process? Like, is there screening, test project, interview kind of thing, or is there any other kind of unique elements of that folks should be prepared for?
yes, so basically the way, and we are very transparent, the interview process is in the job description, because I don't believe in wasting people's time or kind of obfuscating that process. So the interview process is basically you will speak with a recruiter as like a screening. If you move on to the next round, you speak with me, the hiring manager, get to know me, I get to know you. And from that, you would then go into an interview project if you're chosen for that, probably around 2 hours. We want to be conscious of people's time because it's not a paid project. And I think that people that like make people write an entire blog post for an interview project, it's a little ridiculous, especially when it's unpaid. And then we'll debrief on that project with you, with a peer from my team, so you can meet someone else on the team. And then the final call is with our founder and CEO, Roman. So anyone that is going to the final round of an interview with us meets with Roman. And it's not only a good opportunity for Roman to get in any questions he has about the position, but it's also a great opportunity for candidates to ask Roman questions about the vision that he has for the company, long-term goals, things like that, to make sure that the job is like an appropriate fit for the candidate. Because I'm a big believer that candidates are interviewing the position and the company as much as they are being interviewed. So
Definitely. Cool. I love it. Sounds like a really awesome opportunity. This is just like catch-alls. Or anything else I didn't ask you about the role specifically, or about Gorgias more generally, that you want to throw out there as a sales pitch to folks?
Yeah, I mean, Gorgias is growing fast. We were, I think, 160, something like that, when I joined in December, and now we're at, I think, 214.
Oh, wow.
So it's been 4 months, and we're having like really amazing growth. And we crushed our Q1 goal as a company, like by 25% over the mark, I think. So we're succeeding at what we're doing. We're growing fast. Our customers love us. As far as the actually, let me take a step back. When I say customers love us, we have really strong product market fit, which I think isn't discussed enough when people are applying to jobs. I would never wish on my worst enemy having to market a product that does not have product market fit.
Yeah,
It is
yeah.
such an uphill battle, and it's not one that we face really at Gorgias. Sure, we're figuring out how to position the product and all the things that any marketing team is doing. But I mean, when people talk about Gorgias, like from sales calls and customer success phone calls, we get like screenshots in our Slack that are like, Gorgias changed my life. Gorgias changed the way I do business, right? And so it's something that is really impactful for a lot of our merchants. As far as this role specifically, I actually wrote down 3 things I wanted to just rattle off real quick, and I had in my LinkedIn post too, if anyone saw that. But so if you come and join this team and work in this role, you'll be trusted as an expert. You'll own your work. I know it's cliche to say that at a lot of companies, but at Gorgias, it's really like a priority for us. Your ideas will impact our direction. Not saying we're going to go with them every single time. We believe in strong data, but we also believe in 100% honest feedback. So feel free to challenge at any time if you have like a solid case for why you're challenging. And then you're going to collaborate with an incredible team that you can rely on. I feel like I have a lot of pressure in this role to find the right person, because everyone around me is incredible at Gorgias, like kind, but also smart and driven. And I feel like that's like a balance that's really hard to strike. So it's on me to continue adding to that team with someone who's going to fit in that culture. It's low ego, it's big on results, and you will get credit for your work, right? So I've really enjoyed everyone that I've gotten to meet and know and work with at Gorgias. And yeah, I think it's honestly like I've never felt so aligned with like a company and like a work culture. It's also very transparent. Everything we do is in Notion, our board meetings, everything. So if you want like answers to questions you have, it's all very open and transparent as a company, which was also super important to me.
That's a strong pitch. I like that. I like that. I'll just lastly throw out to folks, if you are on the fence, if you're interested, but want a little bit of feedback on an application, you want some help kind of navigating that process, please reach out to me in Slack. Just shoot me a DM. I'd be more than happy to help you through that process, and also just give you sort of some of that encouragement that that might be helpful to get you to submit that application. So Ryan, thanks so much. Huge value to the SuperPath community for folks like you to come and do this so that we can kind of hear directly from you what the role is like and what the company's like. So really appreciate you taking the time to do it.
Absolutely. I love SuperPath. I'm sure I'm going to get some great applications from this community, and I'm looking forward to reading them all.
Awesome. Thanks, Ryan.